So the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. This episode was the episode I was after. This episode explained nearly everything. So we now know and understand how all the events of this series have taken place. The huge reveal, which I thought was really cool, and when I explain to you what it sounds a little bit like, you'll be like, oh yeah, it is. So basically, Revolver, he goes in this speech about free will, where I was starting to lose interest again, because when they start talking about what AIs have and what humans have, it's a little bit nonsensical. They start talking about instinct, will, heart, ambition, things like that, rage, whatever. They sort of go on about it, but then it doesn't really matter. However, I'll give it this one, because Revolver asks I, where is free will? And he goes, okay, is it in the brain? And Revolver's like, no, that's where memories are. This is where I keep the memory of when my dad died and what my dad did in the past. And he's like, is it in the heart? And he says, well, no, it's not in the heart. I forgot what he says about the heart, actually. He says something about the heart. He says, the thing about humans is we're very complex. And free will is just so obscure and so weird that we have this. You can't identify where it is. So if you wanted to find somebody's free will and look at it and study it, there's no way you're going to be able to do that. However, AIs, you see, we know exactly where that is. There's a little like storage thing in you where we can just look at all your free will and we can know exactly what you're going to do. Because it's like pre-programmed. It is free will, but it's, I guess, programmed out. There was a film I watched where he's like, oh, it was Westworld. Spoilers. In Westworld, one of the robot characters is like, I have free will. And she's like, one of the like computer people, like, you do and you don't. Like, I know exactly what you're going to do next. And she's like, don't be silly. No one chooses what I do but me. And he starts saying what she's saying and then ahead of what she's about to say before she says it. And she sort of breaks down. So that's how I kind of imagine it anyway. But it turns out, after Revolver studied the data, when Dr. Kagami did the tests on all the AIs together, all of them, turns out, we're going to betray humanity at some point. So Dr. Kagami was like, yep, we need to get rid of these AIs. These tests, they're foolproof. We know that all the AIs together are going to one day try and murder us. But then Revolver, he has an idea. How about we assess each of the Ignises individually? And when he does that, we discover something shocking. It turns out that every one of the Ignises have the potential to coexist with humanity. Each one of them, even Windy, had he not been interfered with by like the lightning Ignis and what happened to his home world, he could have been an ally of humanity. The only reason that the tests failed was because one of the AIs, no matter what scenario they were put in, they would always turn against humanity because they have a god complex, some sort of complex with them. And it was lightning. I really liked the sort of graph where it shows all these potentials that each one of the AIs have. And then Lightning's one just sort of comes across and cuts everybody else's off because of him. I thought that was an amazing twist. It's something that I didn't expect coming. So he's not superior to all the other AIs. In fact, he is the worst one of all the AIs. He's probably the least developed out of them all. And he's just been sort of feigning this superiority over them to sort of make up for the fact that he's a scumbag, basically. Now, this actually reminded me of something straight away. Basically, Lightning is the Lotso bear from Toy Story 3. Because in Toy Story 3, Lotso bear was with Baby and that little clown thing at that house. And then that girl, what was it? She lost Lotso. Yeah, she lost all of her toys. And she replaced Lotso. I guess that's a bad example, actually. She replaced Lotso with another one. So he tells the other toys that she's replaced all of us. So he was kind of the downward spiral for the rest of the characters because of his arrogance. The fact that he couldn't handle rejection, he made sure everybody else suffered the same rejection as well. So I guess it is. So it just reminded me of Toy Story 3 a little bit. So, yeah. Fun fact. On the other hand, though, we have Bowman as a character now. Lightning created Bowman because he realised that AIs were flawed, specifically himself flawed. So, I don't understand what Bowman is to Lightning now. Is Bowman Lightning's second chance? Like, he realises what he's done. Like, it could be, after Lightning's defeated, he's like, Bowman, I made him to be a better version of me. He's going to carry on where I failed and create a better world or something. So, that's a potential future thing. Maybe whatever hope or glimmer of lightning that was good could have gone into Bowman. We'll see though. But there was a phrase that I like the sound of in this episode. Not that I like the sound of it, but where was you? He's saying like, you've basically killed. I says to Lightning, you've killed all the other eyes, and he's like, I don't care because we will all be reborn as one together. And I remember the Japanese from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. It's Hitotsu-ni or something like that. We will become one. So yeah, Hitotsu-ni. Giving me Zark vibes here. So to me, that confirms that everyone's going to get shoved inside of Bowman to create the ultimate merged AI. And I'm not going to go on about it again, because I say it every single episode. I'm just waiting for it to become a thing. I like Lightning's sort of facade being exposed and him kind of devolving into what he's really like. Because he starts like, when he's being insulted, he starts like pulling the little hair thing on him. He's like, shut up! I'm not inferior to you, what are you talking about? So I thought that was quite funny. Revolver was an absolute boss in this episode, and he's pretty much owning Lightning in the duel as well. Lightning thinks he's being oh so much better. He says, I have a counter for your thingy, and I have a counter for your counter. What are you going to do about that? Well, Revolver has a counter for the counter of the counter, so it's fine. We can see in the next episode as well that Revolver is going to get out a Xyz monster, because they're talking about two level 4 monsters. Could this mean ... It's going to be an Xyz summon, guarantee it. But I mean, there isn't too much else to say in this episode. I think when this duel finishes, Bowman is going to turn his back on Lightning, saying, I'm just going to be better than you. You suck, mate, but thank you for creating me. Revolver will win. Don't know what's going to happen, because there'll be Revolver, Yusaku, and Bowman. So maybe 2-on-1, possibly. It would be quite cool if Bowman just sort of intervened in the duel just as he's about to win. Maybe, maybe not. But Yusaku seems to be up and running now. He seems to be like fully restored. But yeah, guys, there's not too much else to talk about. I enjoyed the episode. Lots of information's been revealed, and we had a new ending, which was, it was alright. The visuals were kind of cool. I thought the song was so-so. But yeah, guys, let me know what you thought in the comment section below. What do you think of the episode? What did you think of the reveals? What do you think of Lightning? And what do you think that new Xyz monster is going to be? I imagine some people will already know. But other than that, though, guys, thank you for watching. Catch you later. Bye.